So, hello and welcome to another vlog from the Merchant of Magic. This time we're having a look at Egyptian ink by Sansmind and Abdullah Mahmoud. So, what is Egyptian ink? It is a pretty cool walk around effect. It's where you take two coins, they can be borrowed and different coins. You have a spectator write their initials on a coin and that's placed inside their hand. That's not switched, that's placed inside their hand, and then you show the second coin and the signature appears on that coin. It's a nice signature transposition. The method's really practical as well. So let's talk about a few things that you get when you get your Egyptian ink. So you get a DVD tuition, which is nice. It's about 20 minutes long. It's not very long, but it's really concise. It's to the point, and they cover everything that you need to know about this routine. It's only one main routine that's taught, which is cool. I mean, it's a strong routine, and it kind of goes in very neatly and concisely with everything that you need to do. Not that anything is very hard to do in this effect. It's actually really, really simple. I was quite surprised at how kind of practical this was, because when you first start thinking about signature transpositions and stuff like that, it can get really, really involved, but this is not. So I was really happy about that. I think they've done a really good job teaching it. Maybe they could have thought of a few more routine ideas, but to be honest, this is probably the strongest presentation that you'll get for this method. You also get included the gimmick, and you get tons of it. So you can really, go to town with it, and it's not hard to actually find either. So they actually mention that. They tell you where you can get refills so that you don't need to buy Egyptian ink refills. You can just go out if you want to and go and source this stuff. So that's really, really cool as well. The setup that you need to do is very simple. I mean, it will take you maybe 2 minutes to do, and if you want to set it up for multiple times, then it's it's going to take you about 1 minute to 2 minutes per gimmick. Apart from that, there's nothing really else to set up. It's all really, like I say, quite practical. Now, when we first watched the demo, there was a tiny part of it that we didn't like here. It's only a split second where it's shown that the coin is blank and the signature appears on it, which is all great. That's perfectly doable, but it seemed to be instantly thrown into a spectator's hand. Now, there is an edit at that point in the demo, but part of our customer care is about being as transparent as possible and being honest to you guys. So if you visit Merchant of Magic and watch our demo, we've edited that split second out because we want it to be as fair a representation of this trick as possible. So it's a tiny point, but we thought that we should do that for you as our customers because we care. Apart from that, everything else is great. I mean, the ending of the routine, at the end of the routine, they can keep the two coins and the initials of the spectator are on the different coin. There are only two coins in play, and that's, about as good as it gets, really. Saying that, we actually have the man himself. Dominic is here. He's been using Egyptian ink at his gigs.
Guys.
So
yeah, I've been playing with Egyptian ink now for I've done it at one gig, and since I got it a couple of days ago, to really sort of try it out, and I was pretty impressed with it, to be fair. The setup, really simple. It's taking up no pocket space basically, so you're good to go with as many performances as you want. You need to decide how many times you're going to do it before you get to the gig. So average gig, you're probably going to do maybe 10 tables. If you're doing it for walk around, you're probably going to do it about 15 times. You might want to set this up beforehand for 15 performances, and you're ready to go. No pocket space required. Lighting is no problem at all as well. You borrow the coins. You're going to be holding the coin. You're going to ask them to sign it. You're holding the coin. They're just going to put their initials on it. You don't get people signing their whole autograph on the coin. So contrast wise, it isn't really, it's nice if it's two different colours, but it's not really important.
Oh, it's not. It doesn't bear anything on the method. Yeah. I think maybe in the spectator's mind it would seem more impossible because you don't want it from one 10p to another 10p. Yeah. That is possible, but it's not quite as strong as a 10p to a 2p or a 10p to a 50p, or a $50 to a quarter, whatever you're using.
One thing I noticed as well is obviously what I would normally do is I'd rehearse and practice this over a long period, but as we were looking at this up to release, literally, yeah. I'd watched it that afternoon and I was trying it at gig, that evening. what I found straight away is when that signature is appearing, there's a tendency for that to make that too fast, because you don't want to highlight what you're doing. And by the end of a gig, I found that you can actually slow down and have the signature appear really slowly, much slower than you feel is right. And then I'll sign the coin as well, and I'll leave them with the coin as a souvenir. I'm actually borrowing coins whenever I can, rather than using my own. So I'm kind of giving them their own coin back as a souvenir. But yeah, workable trick.
It is workable.
Highly recommend it. Would you say it's for complete beginners? I think there's a little bit of audience management. You need to feel comfortable.
You need to feel comfortable performing, but as far as the skill level goes, it's very, very simple. You will need to obviously practice it, but the tuition is very clear, and they go through very clearly and concisely exactly what you need to do, and they do it very slowly as well. So even if you didn't do any coin magic before, as long as you follow their instructions and you watch the tuition properly, then you shouldn't have any trouble with a bit of practice being able to perform this.
Cool. Cheers, guys. I'll leave you with Ben. Bye.
Well, he's left me with me to say goodbye, basically. So once again, if you want to go to our blog, it's blog.magicshop.co.uk, and I've been Ben Williams, and this is the Merchant of Magic blog for Egyptian Ink by Abdullah Mahmood and Sansmind Magic.